Bonjour, nous sommes à Istanbul, en Turquie, et dans le cadre d'une journée exceptionnelle qui est non seulement la journée des chrétiens, mais aussi celle des Arméniens, c'est la Nativité, c'est Noël. Le vrai Noël, car la date originelle, évidemment, du 6 janvier a été déplacée par Rome pour passer et effacer de l'histoire de l'humanité une fête païenne. Dans ce cadre-là, la communauté arménienne, mais pas que, célèbre Noël. Et nous avons la chance d'avoir avec nous une grande personnalité politique ici en Turquie, le député Garo PAYLAN, avec qui nous allons nous exprimer bien sûr en anglais. Thank you very much to be with us. Parefses, Joyeux Noël, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Armenian Christmas.
In Armenian, we say that.
Christos
Voilà, le Christ est né. Voilà. Mr. PAYLAN, so you are here today. You represent not only the Armenian community in Turkey, but you represent also a big part of the Turkish people because you are a deputy at the National Assembly. Today, there is also a humanitarian problem in Artsakh or Nagorno-Karabagh. This is a day of peace. So do you have any message to the Armenians who are there under blockade since more than 25 days?
Yeah. Today we are living our Armenian Christmas, but we are very sorry, as all the Armenians all over the world, because more than 100,000 Armenians are under blockade in Artsakh, and they don't have their needs, and they are under big threat. So I have deep concerns about their future. I'm trying my best. I'm doing my best to convince my government, Turkish government, to put pressure on Azerbaijani government to open that road and to again turn back to peace table and negotiations between Armenia and Azerbaijan, and Artsakh and Azerbaijan, and Turkey and Armenia as well. We had the peace processes. Now, unfortunately, we are about to lose that peace processes. That is why Armenian people in Artsakh are suffering. I have deep concerns about them, but I am doing my best. And I have I feel deep concern about them. But I hope with the effort of all the Armenians and with the effort of all the Democrats who believe in democracy, we will end that blockade.
The French president, Emmanuel Macron, makes so many appeals, but do you think it's enough only to talk about that, or maybe acts will be better than only declaration?
Unfortunately, the French president or the US president always speaks, but from the Western countries, they are only speaking. So, but it is not affecting the governments here. So, I think more important thing is to governments from the region should take action about it. The Russian government, Turkish government, and Azerbaijani and Armenian government together need to end this catastrophe, because this is a humanitarian crisis, not only a political crisis. This is a humanitarian crisis. I can't sleep at night because of thinking about the children living in Artsakh, the people, the elderly people, and they are under danger and they don't have their needs. So we need to end this humanitarian crisis first of all. For that, every leader should take responsibility. Mr. Macron, Mr. Biden, Mr. Erdogan, Mr. Putin, Mr. Pashinyan, and also Mr. Aliyev as well, because this is a humanitarian crisis first of all. Then we need to solve all our problems with negotiations, with diplomacy, not with repression, not with blockades. So I believe in this. I believe in negotiations, not to put these kind of blockades, not in vicious circles, because these kind of crises create vicious circles. We have suffered so much with these vicious circles. We need to end these vicious circles. I am taking all kinds of responsibility for that. The leaders who believe in that should take these responsibilities.
You was in Armenia I remember it was not so far at
A
the
month ago,
Armenian, a month ago at the Armenian International Forum Diaspora. Do you have any contacts with Artsakh? Because even Arayik Harotyunyan, president of Artsakh, was in France 3 weeks ago. Do you have a contact with Artsakh, with him, or with Rupen Vartanian?
I don't have a direct contact, but I have a direct contact with all the Armenians who live in Artsakh in my heart. Because all the I am suffering. They are suffering and I am suffering. I feel that suffer. We need to end first of all this blockade, and we need to convince Azerbaijan and Armenia to sit at a table to talk about their future, because we can't solve these problems with blockades, and these kind of vicious circles create wars, and we lose our young people in those wars. I have deep concerns about this kind of problems could create new escalations. So we need to avoid those escalations. First of all, I am doing my best to avoid those kind of escalations.
Et puis enfin, nous allons revenir à la politique intérieure turque, internal political Turkish situation. There is election in Turkey. President Erdogan is preparing his re-election. The mayor of Istanbul is, I think, a real candidate. So, what is your, comment dire, quel est votre point de vue et what is your favorite candidate and what do you think what will be happen in the future, because there is many troubles also in Turkey, internal political.
Yes, Turkey was on the way of a democracy, and unfortunately after 2015 Turkey left that democracy way, and unfortunately we are just living under an authoritarian system. To turn back to democracy, we need to get together around one candidate who believes in democracy. That is what we are offering.
You have a pronostic?
Yeah, we have just offered this to just get around a democrat candidate, but we need to have that candidate, because 100 years ago we had Abdülhamid and the Ittihat and Terakki Abdülhamid Sultan, who was an autocrat, and Ittihat and Terakki Party convinced the Taşnak Party to get rid of Abdülhamid. But yes, we got rid of Abdülhamid, but things got worse. So to only get rid of Abdülhamid or an authoritarian leader is not enough. We need to have a democrat leader who believes in democracy, and we need to have a majority in the parliament who believes in democracy. That is what we are offering to other parties. I hope we will convince each other for that, and to take Turkey to a democratic path, because this affects all the region. The problems in the South Caucasus are just because of Turkey have left those democratic way. Also in Syria and also in the Aegean Sea. If we can solve these problems in Turkey and take Turkey to a democratic path, I guess it is going to affect all the problems all over the region, and we can easily solve the problems in the South Caucasus. Thank you.
Garo Palian, je vous remercie. Thank you very much. Maybe you can say in Armenian a little word for the Armenian in Artsakh, Hayren.
Քրիստոս ծնավ եւ ակնեցավ եւ շնորհավոր նոր տարի գմախտեմ Արցախի հայերու եւ շատ լավ գկդեմ վտանգի դակեն հայերու եւ անդասակ բուլակայդ միգա եւ es ցակես ինչ որ գուկա es անեգա գնամ որբեսի համոզել Թուրքիայի ղարավարությունը որբեսի լուծե աս խնդիրը ես ամեն օր սեզե համար գխորիմ եւ երբ որ բարագիմ սեզե համար միտքս մեջնենք եւ հուսամ այս օրերու մեջ այս բլոկեդը բիդե վերջացնենք.
Garo Paylan, շնորհակալություն.
Ես շատ շնորհակալ եմ.